if I go back now to the history of our farmers, it goes back even further. Farmers that have been on their farms for generations. Some of our farms have traced their farms back over 150 years in their family. Some
Wow.
80 to 100 years in their family. So
Wow.
we have a lot in our community there. We have a lot of farmers that have been certified organic, or let me change that, have been farming organically
Yeah.
for decades upon decades.
Mhm.
You come up to the 80s and 90s, and they started marketing their products as organic. Some local co-ops took advantage of that and were able to sell this organic product, but there wasn't strict federal legislation around the separation of organic versus natural,
Mhm.
or versus the conventional milk they had in there. There weren't, the legislation wasn't strict. Well, you come into early 2000s, suddenly that legislation becomes strict,
Right.
becomes codified into the law, and some local co-ops go, this is too much. We're no longer
Mm.
going to be buying organic dairy. Um,
Wow.
and that affected our region right there with quite a few farmers. And it was actually the farmers that came together and said, we would love for to continue.
Mhm.
Sure, they had been farming this way before it became a thing, before it became
Mhm.
trendy, but they wanted to continue this process and wanted to continue getting this value out to the community. So they partnered with some local business people and themselves. They put money into it. They drove the process. And in 2004, they started the process of opening a creamery there in
Mhm.
Kelowna, Iowa, actually right outside of Kelowna, Iowa, to buy local farmers' milk and process organic products. And this has been 20 years ago now. We
Mhm.
launched our products in 2005, so we are celebrating our 20th anniversary this year. And they
Nice.
brought Bill Evans in to support them in the sales and the business development, and then later, president of the company and managing the whole
Mhm.
operation.